Gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I'm Babyface P, and today, I know you guys have been waiting for another Tantal video, and I've been teasing it, and we may have made a mistake and jumped the gun on the central support rivet. We'll fix it. We are going to be installing a rails. Remember, rails go before your center support. No reason why I'm saying that, it's just something to remember. I definitely did not mess that up. So, you need your rails, you need a drill bit, 15/64. Remember that, 15/64. 15/64. I'll put it somewhere. I'll give you a link to go buy one. I'll put an Amazon link or something to go buy one. 15/64. And you need a spot welder. Beyond that, it's not that hard. It's a pretty quick video. Let me bring you guys in. I'll show you how to set this up. We'll spot weld it in and be done. All right, come on. All right, let's go ahead and get this one done. Suski, this is a pretty straightforward part of the build. All you're gonna need is a C-clamp. This is the way I do it. There are jigs out there if you wanna go spend the money. You can pick up a center support, man, that's on my brain. You can pick up a jig that helps space these out and helps you do that, weld them in correctly, but you don't need it. You don't need it, okay? So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take ours, put them in, you can see, hopefully, run them in like that, and you're going to take your 15/64 bit, run it in on top, make sure you guys can see that. Yeah, you guys can see that perfectly. Run that in on top, bring your rail all the way up to that bit so it's pushing against it, and slide it forward. That's it. Clamp it in place, stick it in here for 3 or 4 seconds, maybe 5 seconds if you really want a solid weld. I had somebody complain last time that I didn't hold this together long enough, so. If I don't pop the circuit, well, maybe I'll do a longer weld this time. I'm gonna have to turn some lights off because I did pop the circuit when I tested this earlier. Anyways, this is the process. So let me get this fixtured up off camera. You guys can do this. I trust you guys can do this without me showing you how to put a C-clamp on something. I'm gonna get it fixtured up off camera just to make it a little easier on myself. I'll show you what it looks like and then we'll weld it. All right. All right, we got it fixtured up, ready to go. So you can see I got it clamped in. We are going to take our drill bit out very gently and looks good. So all you do with it plugged in, stick it in there, clamp it down, and you should get a good little spark. We'll see if we, and I'll show you where on the inside after, where I'm putting the, actually I'm gonna leave this in for now, just to make sure it doesn't tilt. I'm gonna show you where on the inside we are putting the welds, because it's really hard to show that. All right, get ready for one. See if we pop the breaker. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. That was a 3-second. We'll probably go a little bit further on the next one. All right, next weld I'm gonna put up front. And you'll feel where it falls into there. Right there. You ready? And there goes the breaker. It is pitch black. Hold on, I'll be right back. Fun note, this thing draws a lot of current. So be prepared for that. Try again, see if we just prop the breaker this time. 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. That looks pretty damn good. So we'll put a couple more. Let me show you guys where I'm actually putting the welds up in here. As you can see, yeah, you can see there. So the welds are going on that bottom inside rail. I'm not trying to touch it because it is blazing hot. So I put a weld inside that rail there and a weld inside there. I'll put probably 2 or 3 more to make sure it's nicely welded in. And then we'll call it good. You can see the size didn't change at all because that fits in very snugly. So we are all good here. Let's put a couple more in. One here. Like that. Ready? 5. A strong magnetic pull to it, you can see. one more. Come on. Up under here. See if I can get one to fit. Right there. Ready? 3, 4, 5. Touch this one up just to be safe. There we go. And we popped this, I think. Yeah, we popped that. There we go. 4 welds in place. We will, let me fixture up the next rail and we'll weld it. Give me a sec. And just like that, your rails are in. There are only a couple things that you might have to do depending on your setup. This nose here, this is your ejector. So when the shell comes back, it'll hit that nose and eject out the side. Some of these rails that I've gotten come oversized, so you may have to file that in or grind it in to fit. I don't know if this one will be or not, so we'll cross that bridge when we get there. The bottom rails, so the rails down here, it's hard to show you guys, but the rails on the bottom down there, and it's hot, these rails here that I'm pointing at, they also may have to be, most of the time they are oversized and will have to be fitted to your gun. So you'll just take a file, or like for me a Dremel, and just go across it until you get it fitted in. But if we have to do that kind of final fitment on this gun, then I'll do a separate video and we'll just title it Final Fitment. And that'll be at the very end. So what do we have next? Next thing we're gonna do here. We're gonna do a 3-part. We're gonna put the center support in. I promised you guys a center support video, so we're gonna put the center support in. We have to drill out now both sides because of the metal on the inside. Insert the center support and rivet it back in. Then we're going to have to final size the pinholes, ream them to final spec. So those will be the next video. I don't know, I might do the center support as a separate, just as it'll probably be easier to show it off. Plus it's really straightforward. If anybody caught my last video, it was only 2 minutes long before I took it down because I realized I had done it too early. Anyways, so we'll get all that done. That'll be coming up in the, coming down the pike. So get ready for that. Once that's done, final fitment is kind of the last thing. Then we press the barrel back in, put the stock on, put our internals all together. Call it done, go test fire. So get ready, guys. The Tantal's coming along nicely. We're gonna have this one done pretty quick. So, all right, I'll catch you guys on the next one. See ya.